Okay, good morning. We are Giovanella Huxller Capital Funds, and I'm Solomon von Hartenstein. And this will be the weekly report. Be welcome, my friends. Okay, the final presidential debate took place without visibly altering the course of the election campaign. Out of the nation watching the rest of the world were probably grateful that the ugly shouting of the first debate was not repeated. Among the key moments of the evening, Democrat Party candidate Joe Biden acknowledged that he would make a transition from oil and gas to renewable energy, a statement some Democrats distanced themselves from after the debate. President Trump was pressured for his way of dealing with the pandemic. He doesn't have a clear plan for the coming winter, Biden said. His commercial interests in China and his immigration policies. The two exchanged accusations about their personal finance. Ugly debate. The European economy entered a double-dip recession in October, according to IHS Markit's latest round of Purchase Manager Index, that's PMI. The Eurozone preliminary PMI fell below to the 50 level, separating growth from the contraction, falling to 49.4 from 50.4 in September. This was slightly above the consensus forecast for 49.3. The most notable was the divergence between industrial data, which the PMI rose from 53.7 to 54.4, and services, with which it fell from 48.0 to 46.2. Services were the first sector to be hit by a progressive crackdown on no essential social contact across Europe. I'm sorry. We saw France extend 9 p.m. curfew to 3/4 of its population on Thursday. France, Germany, and Spain recorded record daily rates for new COVID-19 infections this week, while hospitalizations have also increased, out of the remain well below the peak of spring. Okay, the stocks. U.S. stocks markets are expected to open high after the electoral debate has allowed investors to seek the central scenario of a well-defined election result in a Democrat victory that allowed for a major stimulus package next year. Dow 30 future was up 106 points, while S&P 500 future was up 0.3% and Nasdaq futures was up 0.2%. Nasdaq futures underperformed largely because of Intel shares, which plunged 10% in the pre-market after disappointing results from the chip market after closing on Thursday. The first balance sheets for the day are dominated by American Express, Royal Caribbean Cruise, and Phillips 66. Okay, pressure from the Trump administration on Chinese telecommunications giant Huawei is beginning to become evident in the company's figures. Huawei say its revenue growth dropped to 30.7% for the year in the third quarter, and a sharp drop of 27% over the previous years, and an average rate of 21% against the past 5 years. However, the real tightening is the company is unlikely to be reflected in this figure, as the government tightening restriction on U.S. companies that sell to Huawei only in September. This change likely isolates it from traditional chip suppliers. Although the company did not release its figure, the Financial Times cited an analyst who estimated that smartphone sales fell 18% year on year, its first decline year on year. To finish our weekly report, Russian President Vladimir Putin has given the clearest hint that they may be willing to postpone a scheduled increase on oil production early next year. It's speculation that the OPEC Plus bloc, which includes Russia, could postpone an increase in production due to weak global demand supported intermittent price throughout the week, but a weakening on Monday after neither Russian nor Saudi minister made a clear commitment with a sure measure. We think there is no need to change anything now. put in sale on Thursday in his speech to the Kremlin-backed Valdez Club. However, we do not rule what we can maintain the current restriction on production, that we not lift them when we had provisional planning. U.S. oil futures was up 0.4% at 40.81 a barrel on the way they ended the week of about the point where it started. Brent future was up 0.5% to 42.67. Well, this is our weekly report. Thank you very much for listening us, and God bless you. Have a greatest weekend. See you next week. Until there.